Once upon a time, books were simple. You went to the library, you picked out a handful of picture books, and you consumed them by the dozens. Someone read to you at home or school, so there was always someone there to talk with you about your books. And those books were amazing. There were fairies and unicorns and dragons and magic and superheroes, and even if the dragons battled the unicorns, life was good because things always turned out happily ever after in the end. But then you started to grow up. You started reading things that are more like real life. Books about wars and family problems, new romantic relationships and bullies. Books where people your age make hard choices and sometimes bad choices. And even when books aren't quite like real life, they have real dangers, both physical and emotional. And even though things still come out in the end for most characters, people do get hurt along the way. And now you're full-fledged teenagers, and many books can be pretty dark. They speak to the serious choices and problems in the lives of people your age, and those problems have more weight to them now, so you have to select more carefully. Since you're not confined to being read to anymore, your parents and teachers don't always know what you're reading or how you're reacting to these heavy, shocking, real things in books about teenagers and adults. So we have to trust you to talk to us, to say, hey, I don't think this book is for me, if you find something you're not ready for in a book. Whether it's cool or not, it's okay to put a book down and say, nope, reading about that is not okay for me right now. We'll respect that because we trust you to know yourself and to know what you're ready for. When my daughter and son are teenagers, I hope I can trust them to say, I want to ask my mom questions about this book, or nope, I'm not comfortable, and I know my parents aren't comfortable with me reading this quite yet. And also, we trust you to respect each other's decisions too. Don't make fun of me because I don't want to read about serial killers or teens killing teens. I just can't. And I trust you, my reading community, to shrug and say, okay, I don't have a problem with that book, but I respect that you do. Now, for those sticky situations when you feel comfortable with a book, but you're worried that your parents wouldn't, find an adult you trust at school, and we'll listen and help you decide what to do. Whether it's me, your librarian, or an English teacher, we're here to help you navigate through these literary and family rough waters. I know, you're rolling your eyes at me right now, saying, Miss L, chill out. They're just books. We can handle it. But my response is this. Books are powerful. I firmly believe that a book can change your life. Some of my favorite books have really shaped who I am. But if I believe that books can change lives for good, I can also acknowledge that sometimes a book at the wrong time can have a not so good effect on someone. And believe me, I've been there. I remember checking out a Sweet Valley High book at the tender age of 11, and I remember quickly putting it right back on the shelf because boy, I was not ready for the high school risks that these girls were taking. So I went right back to my safe Sweet Valley Twins books. And when you do read a book that pushes or shocks you with new questions or new ideas, we have to trust you to talk about those questions and ideas respectfully and responsibly with your friends, with your classmates, and yes, with adults like teachers and parents too. Because you know what? We do trust you. That's why we give you so many books to choose from in the library. And yes, it's a cliche that with great power comes great responsibility, but Spider-Man is right. You have a huge responsibility here because choice is power and power is responsibility. So choosing from all these books means you have some big responsibilities. It's your responsibility to choose wisely, to respect your peers' choices, and to keep lines of communication open with your teachers and your parents. And if your parents do have questions or concerns about any of the real life issues that are in the book you choose, we trust you to talk it through with them and invite them to talk it through with your English teacher or librarian if they want to. And sometimes that might mean that you choose another book, and that's just fine because we're committed to helping everyone find something to read that is right for you. One of the most important skills a reader can learn is how to select books for him or herself. And one of the most daring things a reader can do is to put it back on the shelf if it's not the right choice at the right time. So go ahead, we trust you to talk with your parents, enjoy your book, and get ready for some thoughtful, mature conversations about the world you know, the new world of your book, and everything in between and beyond. That's how grown-ups read, and yes, we know you've grown up a lot, and we trust you.